We take it for granted that our cars will start when we turn on the key, but on occasion the engine will not start, leaving us irritated and running late. When the starter spins but does not engage the flywheel, it can be a confusing no-start problem. This issue affects all auto brands, but it can be resolved with careful diagnosis and close attention to detail. Let's examine the most frequent reasons why a starter spins but does not engage. But just before we start, please make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Low battery voltage. An extensive amount of power is required to energize and operate the Bendix assembly of a starter motor. A failing battery will frequently have just enough power to turn on the starter motor by itself, but not enough to activate the flywheel or Bendix. Faulty starter solenoid. The lack of starter engagement may also be caused by issues with your car's starter solenoid. By dispersing enough power to enable complete starter operation, the starter solenoid functions as a kind of relay. A starter's Bendix may not engage the flywheel if the solenoid is nearing the end of its life or if its contacts are sticking. Corroded or loose cabling. Weak or corroded wiring or cabling is another frequent source of problems with starters. The voltage and amperage required for proper starter operation are frequently insufficiently carried by loose or corroded battery cables. Among these problems is a general absence of flywheel engagement. Starter Bendix failure. A failed starter Bendix drive can also be the source of problems with starter engagement. As a result, the starter will spin as it should but never mate with the flex plate or flywheel of an engine. This kind of failure eventually calls for a new starter. How to troubleshoot. You can take a few actions to help identify the cause of your starting-related problems. By taking these actions, you can speed up the diagnostic process and get your car back in operating order quickly. Here are a few easy steps to help you identify the cause of the starter engagement problems in your car. Number 1. Inspect battery terminals. Pop the hood to start the diagnostic procedure in your car. Examine the battery's terminals for indications of damage or corrosion. Similarly, make sure the connections between the battery terminal and the lead are tight. Number 2. Test battery voltage. You should then check the voltage of your battery. While a multimeter can also be used for this kind of testing, a battery tester can be useful in certain circumstances. Verify that 12.6 volts is present when conducting a test between the positive and negative terminals of your battery. A failing battery is most likely indicated by a reading below this voltage threshold. Number 3. Verify battery cranking potential. You will now test your battery's drop during cranking with the assistance of a helper. As you check the battery voltage using the above method, have someone assist you in turning the ignition to the start position of the car. The battery in question should not lose voltage while being cranked. It should not fall below about 10 volts. Should this threshold be lowered, the impacted battery would come into question. Number 4. Check starter connections. Now that the battery in your car has hopefully been tested within specification, you should check every electrical connection that goes to the starter of your car. Verify that every connection is corrosion-free and tight. Similarly, it is advisable to use a multimeter to verify that the starter or its solenoid is receiving enough power. While you confirm that the starter and starter solenoid on your car are powered correctly at each lug, have a helper turn on the ignition. Number 5. Verify power delivery with jump test. You can also jump the starting solenoid on your car to confirm what you found earlier. To achieve this, sandwich the screwdriver's blade between the starter's exciter lug and main positive lug. The engine of a car should start if the starter or its solenoid is in good operating condition. If not, it will be necessary to remove and inspect the starter. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please subscribe and press like button.